Welcome to Global News on Signature TV. I am Barry Kumo Ado. In the headlines, music icon Onyeka Onwenu dies at 72. EFCC continues interrogation of Hajj Commission chairman over alleged fund mismanagement. FG activates National Emergency Operations Center. Speaker of House of Representatives appeals to Nigerians to shelve the planned nationwide protest. On the foreign scene, satellite images show water infrastructure before and after strike in Rafah. Venezuelan police hits and detains protesters, use tear gas. And in sports, Kano Holdings donates jerseys to last month football teams. Details in a moment. Nigerian female music icon Miss Onyeka Onwenu is dead. Onwenu was aged 72. She died after slumming at a birthday party where she performed in honor of Mrs. Stella Okoli, founder of Emzo Pharmaceuticals, was celebrating her 80th birthday. Though emergency services were called in, Onwenu gave up the ghost at Reddington Hospital in Lagos, where she was rushed to after the incident. An eyewitness who was at the party said she slumped as she took a seat immediately after her performance. The doctors who attended to her have not given a reason for her sudden death. A source close to her who pleaded for anonymity said a heart attack is being suspected. Fondly called Elegant Stallion, Onyeka, who started her career in broadcasting in the early 80s, was a singer, songwriter, actress, human rights activist, journalist, politician, and former chief executive officer of a National Center for Women Development. Onwenu, an indigene of Aronzidiogo in Imo State, is an alumni of Wesley College, Massachusetts, where she bagged a BA in International Relations. The Speaker of the House of Representatives, Dr. Tajuddin Abbas, has appealed to the planners of a nationwide protest, especially Nigerian youths, to shelve their action in the interest of the country and its citizens. In a statement signed by Special Advisor on Media and Publicity, Musa Krishi, Abbas noted the frustrations and reservations of Nigerian youth, but maintained that President Bola Tinubu is not relenting in its efforts to bring succor to Nigerians. Abbas said the government has initiated several policies and programs aimed at addressing the needs and aspirations of the populace, which include the introduction of student loans to ease the burden of educational expenses and ensure that no Nigerian youth is denied the opportunity to pursue his academic dreams due to financial constraints. Tinubu administration, has said, has also made significant strides in providing access to funds for young entrepreneurs through various schemes, such as the Customer Credit Scheme, designed to support innovation and enterprise. Stated that the House of Representatives is in the process of developing formal legislative mechanisms to ensure continuous engagement and dialogue with the youth and creating platforms for regular interaction to build consensus on the way forward. The Speaker therefore appealed to all Nigerians to shun violence and embrace dialogue, using all legitimate avenues to express their grievances and work together towards constructive solutions. The Abia State Governor, Alex Otti, has expressed fears that a planned nationwide protest may turn to violence which may consume the poor, weak and vulnerable people in the society. Otti, who said this during a Tuesday morning broadcast to Abia people, appealed to traditional rulers, leaders of religious organizations, and other community leaders to advise their people against taking to violence. The governor advised Abia youths to exercise restraint and engage leaders with their demands, assuring them that his administration will do everything to protect the people from harm and destruction. He acknowledged that Nigerians have the right to demonstrate against bad conditions, but expressed concern that any good intentions of the original organizers of a national protest may be eroded if fifth columnists and hoodlums hijack the protest to cause mayhem. Governor Oti, who said that his administration has invested in infrastructure in Aba and Umuahia, noted that such infrastructure would be protected from being destroyed by those who may want to hijack the protests in the state to cause mayhem. The governor said that some economic policies of the federal government, including the removal of fuel subsidy, may not have yielded the desired results, but appealed to the youths to apply peaceful means of achieving their agitations than resorting to violence. The military and the police have commenced a massive nationwide deployment of soldiers and police personnel ahead of the August 1 End Bad Governance protest planned by some youths and civil society groups. Reports from across the country indicate security agencies, including the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps, have put their personnel on red alert in anticipation of a proposed nationwide rally organized to draw the government's attention to the economic hardship faced by citizens. The Director of Defense Media Operations, Major General Edward Buba, confirmed the troops' deployment, but said there was nothing new about it, noting that soldiers have always been deployed across the country for counter-terrorism operations. Reports reveal intensified surveillance patrol by the Guards Brigade, Police, Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps, and other security agencies in the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, on Tuesday. This comes just as some youths in Niger State took to the streets in protest on Monday, barely 1 week after Governor Mohammed Bago announced that the state's youth would not be part of a nationwide protest tagged End Bad Governance. The protesters, who appeared unwilling to wait till Thursday, chanted anti-government slogans and carried placards with inscriptions such as "Enough is enough," "Stop anti-masses policies," "We are not slaves in our country," "Hardship is unbearable," "Fuel subsidy must be back," among others. Also, there was slow vehicular movement on the Abuja Kefi and Abuja Lokoja roads caused by roadblocks set up by military and police personnel, while some residents of Kuba, Dutse, Alaji, Mararaba, and Buara reported noticing an unusual high number of security vehicles patrolling their areas. In ENUGU State, fully armed soldiers were stationed at the Akanu Ibiam International Airport and other strategic points, while military vehicles were spotted by our correspondent around the ENUGU Capital Territory Tuesday afternoon. Ahead of a planned nationwide protest against bad governance due to commence from August 1, the federal government has declared all its 256 custodial centers across the country as red zones, whose sanctity must not be violated under any guise. Controller General of Corrections, Hali Nababa, gave the warning in a statement issued on Tuesday in Abuja ahead of a planned national protest scheduled to hold from the first day of August 2024. Nababa warned that any person or group of persons who have no business whatsoever should steer clear from the vicinity of the custodial centers, which he said are critical national assets which are germane to public safety as well as national security. Tampering with or attacking them, he said, will lead to breakdown of law and order and further exacerbate the security of a society in general. Strongly advised members of the public to join hands with the service to ensure the protection of correctional facilities, saying that adequate security arrangements have been put in place to ensure that no correctional facility is defiled. The Federal Airports Authority of Nigeria says it had instructed all airport managers across the country to assist passengers affected by the grounding of Arik Air. This is contained in a statement signed by the authority's Director of Public Affairs and Consumer Protection, Obiageli Ora, on Tuesday in Lagos. Federal Airports Authority of Nigeria said that it was putting measures in place to adequately assist the passengers, said that it will continue to ensure safety, security, and comfort of all air travelers in Nigeria. The Nigerian Airspace Management Authority, NAMA, earlier Tuesday ordered the grounding of Arik Air for an alleged failure to pay $2.5 million debt it owed Atlas Petroleum International Limited. NAMA said an enforcement department of the High Court of the Federal Capital Territory enforced an order made by the court after the airline failed to auction its planes, which the court slated to hold on July 26. A member of the House of Representatives, Philip Agbese, is appealing to Nigerians to reconsider their stand on the proposed nationwide protest. Agbese, who is the deputy spokesman of the House, told newsmen in Abuja on Tuesday that President Bola Tinubu is determined to restore the people's confidence in his administration. He also said that the president would appoint competent hands to work with him and change the leadership of the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited and the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority to forestall the incessant crisis in the oil sector. The lawmaker maintained that the president has immense love for the country and would not hesitate to sack his appointees or those inherited from past administration if they fail to perform. He added that the president had given more appointments to young people than any other African leader in recent times, urging the youths not to participate in any protest as a mark of appreciation for his gesture. The Nigerian Communications Commission (NCC) has ordered the immediate reactivation of cell phone lines barred by the telecommunication companies, saying it gave the directive by considering the challenges the blockages have caused many telecom subscribers. This is contained in a statement in Abuja on Monday by the Director of Public Affairs, NCC, Dr. Ruben Morka. Morka recalled that over the weekend, many telecom subscribers were unable to access their phone lines because of the inability to verify their national identification numbers, names with their subscriber identification model SIMs, which meant that their numbers were blocked by the telecom service providers, in keeping with laws and policies of an NIN and SIM linkage. According to him, the objectives of this exercise by the federal government include enhancing national security and ensuring the national SIM ownership database is accurate. He said the name SIM linkage policy aids verification and protection of users' identities and provides critical infrastructure that enables citizens to access the benefits of a digital economy. This action, he added, was being taken in view of a short time available for consumers to undertake the verification of their names with their SIMs. He reminded the reactivated customers that the reactivation for a limited period to allow them to properly link their name to their SIM. Yet members of the public who are yet to verify their SIMs to do so as soon as possible to maintain access to their lines. The ENUGU State Governor, Peter Mba, says the new focus of the state government on agriculture will cover the entire value chain beyond increased food production. Mba made a pledge when he granted audience to the National Project Coordinator of Livestock Productivity and Resilience Support Project, Sanusi Abubakar. Correspondent Chinemere Mikegbonam reports that the project is a World Bank initiative designed to improve productivity, commercialization, and resilience of targeted livestock production system in Nigeria.
Livestock Productivity and Resilience Support Project, LPRES, is a 6-year project with development objectives to improve livestock productivity, resilience, and commercialization of selected value chains, and to strengthen the country's capacity to respond to an eligible crisis or emergency. The project is vital to Nigeria for poverty alleviation and economic sustainability. Receiving his guest at Government House, ENUGU, Governor Mba said the government's interest in the agricultural sector goes beyond increasing production and now encompasses food processing. He said the administration will focus on every area of agri value chain, including animal husbandry, and was ready to partner with any genuine investor in the livestock business to boost the production of meat for local consumption and for exports.
This is also coming at a time when we have also outlined an ambitious target for our agriculture sector. When we came in, we moved our agriculture ministry to what is today known as Ministry of Agriculture and Agro-Allied Industrialization. And that's largely because we see the value in strengthening our agriculture sector beyond just growing or increasing our production. We see the value in also processing, having value in all the value chain, creating those value and making sure that we capture them. And so that's why we're beyond the production, we're also interested in processing.
Mba said Enugu State has played social, economic, and political roles as the headquarters of the then South Province and is no doubt a key player as the regional headquarters of a national veterinary hospital. The national coordinator of ELPRES, Sanusi Abubakar, had outlined the organization's activities in alliance with the state government.
We are here for site inspection of a proposed veterinary hospital, regional veterinary hospital here in Enugu for the Southeast region, courtesy of ELPRES. We are here also to deliver anthrax vaccine on behalf of Federal Ministry of Agri and Food Security with support of ELPRES. And we are here also to see how we can align with His Excellency on the ranching he's talking as